Hello guys, it's your boy Anime 101 here, back with another video today. What if Deku had his mom's quirk but stronger? This is my third attempt at this. My other two, for the part 2. My other 2 attempts, my battery died midway and I'm impatient because my consciousness keeps yelling at me to say, continue doing that part. Continue doing that what if. So yeah, I'm back with it. Yeah. Okay, where we left, actually no. Deku just got back home. His mom's like, how was your day? You know, the norm, what parents say when you get back home from school. Deku is just as good and walks back into his room. While in there, Deku's thinking what he can do to improve his telekinesis and One for All. Deku's just thinking. He's thinking what to do. He finally finishes thinking for the day and goes to sleep. The next day, they hear loud footsteps running towards their classroom. Then the door bursts off their hinges and All Might yells, "I am here!" running through the door like a normal person. Deku is just face-palming mentally. He's just like, "You're a teacher. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be breaking school property." Then All Might press a button, and then their suits come out of the wall. Out of the wall. I don't know what he said. Something about the suits make the pros or something. I don't know. What Deku's hero costume looks like? Pretty much what the picture looks like, but without the hood, and he wears the half face mask that he always wears over his neck. So yeah. So teams are the same. Oh, almost forgot. Madeda was expelled and was replaced by Kendo. So yeah. Same teams. Baraka asks Deku what his quirk is. Deku says he has 2 quirks. And telekinesis quirk and an enhancement quirk. Wait, let me. Okay, I had to stop. My dad came over here. So they walk into the building. Deku goes to the exact opposite corner where the stairs are and breaks the rubble. Breaks the ceiling like a square. So there's gonna be the room in a corner. That room has no floor anymore. Deku took it. So he makes a wall with it, right where the stairs are. Halfway there, they hear a loud boom. And that loud noise was Bakugo running full force into the wall. So yeah, they especially heard the part where Bakugo started cussing out because that impact did break his nose. So yeah, they got to the bomb, like the room where the bomb was. Deku tells Uraraka that he's gonna start floating the bomb up and bringing it over to them. Once Ida notices, Deku said he was gonna go distract Ida, and then Uraraka would touch the bomb when the bomb gets close enough to her. With that, they started the plan. Ida noticed it, so Deku started fending off Ida, and the bomb kept on creeping closer and closer to Uraraka. Then Uraraka just jumped and touched it. That's as soon as Bakugo blasted down the floor, cussing out Midoriya. As soon as he's blasted the door, you hear, "Winner! Hero teams have won!" Bakugo's just gritting his teeth at this. They go into the room where they were watching all the fights. All Might said, actually no, Bakugo said, "You nerd, why'd you close the stairs off?" And Deku's like, "Isn't it obvious? So you wouldn't be able to come." And it looked like it worked, as Deku sees Bakugo holding his nose as it bleeds. Bakugo is pissed at this point. He's ready to charge at Midoriya and blow his face off. That's when Deku intervened and said, "Who was the MVP of the match?" Momo went detective mode. Actually, Detective Pikachu. Why didn't they make a Detective Momo? Just think about it. Picture Detective Momo. That movie. Momo goes detective mode and says, "Midoriya, sir. He was able to figure out a strategy to halt one of the villains for a little, and then figure out a way to take the bomb, trying to minimize the violence. Though the way he did block the stairs was a bit unsafe, because the bomb could have been that floor. But all in all, he did pretty good." All Might's just like, "Yes!" With a few other things, but you got pretty much spot on. You can imagine how the fight would go between Momo and Kendo against... I actually forgot who they were fighting. I don't know. Whoever they were fighting. You could imagine that fight. So yeah, USJ. They go in their class and they're waiting for Aizawa to come in. Aizawa comes in with his trademark tiredness. "Good morning, class. Today we're gonna be going to the USJ." Everybody started yelling with excitement. They're like, "Yes, we're going to Universal Studios Japan!" Aizawa's just like, "No, you idiots. We're going to the unforeseen simulation joint." Everyone's like, "Aw, but still, yeah!" On the bus, Sue asked, Hey Midoriya, what's your quirk?" Deku says, "I have 2 quirks." Everyone's shocked. Todoroki's listening in on this and like, "So he has 2 quirks too?" Sue says, "Okay, what's your quirks?" Deku's like, "I have a telekinesis and an enhancement quirk," Deku says. The class is just like, "Dang, this guy's OP." Yep. Like, everyone except for Uraraka, because she already knew. But if my tablet didn't die on me mid-sports festival, we would have seen something else, which Kirishima would have already knew that. I'm going to still have Kirishima kind of, but he already knows. You'll see what I was going to do. It was going to happen earlier, but things don't work out how we want it to. So they go to the USJ. 13 gives her the same speech she did in canon. Then they open the door. Everything. Kirishima's like, "Whoa, they even have fake villains?" I was like, "Those ain't fake. Those are real." 13, protect the students. As Aizawa rushes in to a fight. Everything goes to canon. 13 gets hurt. The kids are separated, but to the same zones. But when they're on the ship, Deku just uses telekinesis to bring everybody up and over to the end, pausing the villains and knocking them out with telekinesis and one for all. Pretty much how he knocked them out, he would float them over to him, and then he would just punch them, and they would be knocked out. So then they come in, they get back to the central area. As soon as the Nomu pinned Aizawa down and broke his arm, Deku just rushed in, using 12% of one for all to punch the Nomu. The Nomu just tanks it. He doesn't feel a thing. Then he punches Deku almost across the USA, with Deku using telekinesis to slow his flight down, touching the wall only. Deku's just hit in a daze, looking at the Nomu like, wait a second, that thing ain't... as blood shoots out of his mouth. That thing ain't human. That means I shouldn't get in trouble if I kill it. As Deku uses his telekinesis to rip the Nomu in half. The Nomu just regenerates itself. Shigaraki's just laughing like, he has shock absorption and regeneration. You can't kill him. He's an anti-symbol of peace. Deku gets a thought across his head. So he starts ripping the Nomu over and over and over. Because this is what his thought happened. Wait, regeneration. You need cells to regenerate. So he keeps on ripping the Nomu over and over and over. Until there's nothing. No molecules. Nothing. Nothing is left of the Nomu. Shigaraki's like, what? You cheated! As he rushes over to Sue to try to decay her. Deku just punches Shigaraki across the USA. Shigaraki made a dent into the USA walls. Kurogiri's... That's when All Might busts through the door to see Aizawa and 13 injured. But then he sees all the villains that are knocked out. And Deku... seeing Deku punch Shigaraki to the wall. Deku is smiling now. He put that smile right back on his face, knowing 13 and Deku were fighting out the villains, along with the rest of Class 1A. So, Kurogiri comes up to Shigaraki and says, Shigaraki, we cannot take them. Without the Nomu, we cannot take on All Might. Shigaraki's like, Kurogiri, get us out of here. As Kurogiri teleports him and Shigaraki back to the bar. So, after the police question them, question 1A, and then just leaves, the students get 2 weeks off. On the first day off, Deku's just thinking what he should do. Then a thought comes across his mind, since he had recently seen an ad for a new gym that opened up. So he went to the gym. He bought a membership. And he was working out there. And then he hears a familiar voice. Midoriya? Let me redo that. Midoriya? I didn't know. Midoriya looks up to see Kirishima. He's like, I didn't know you went to this gym, dude. Midoriya's just like, oh, I just bought a pass. Kirishima's like, oh, cool. You want to train together? Deku's just like, sure. As they start training. Then they see a boxing ring across the gym. They instantly knew what they were going to do. So they signed their names up, and then they started sparring. Deku first goes 2% of one for all, and punched Kirishima in his heart and say, Kirishima backed up a little, started to fall back a little, but then he rushed back at Midoriya. Then Midoriya went 4% of one for all, and punched Kirishima, having him go right to the cords of the boxing ring. Then he lunged back at Midoriya. Midoriya went 5% of one for all and punched Kirishima. Kirishima went into the cords, extending it, and then came right back at it, using the force of the cables to charge at him. Deku knew what he had to do. He used 4% of one for all. I mean, not 4. 6% of one for all and punched Kirishima. Kirishima went through the cords of the boxing ring, hitting the wall, cracking it a little. Deku's like, ooh, that might leave a mark, as he goes to Kirishima to see if he's okay. After that, they just train some more. So, the 2 weeks end. So now Deku can use 15% of one for all with ease, and 19% of one for all with 15% of one for all. 19% of one for all with strain before his bones crack or break. So they go back to UA. Aizawa says, welcome back, class. You'll have another 2 weeks off to train for the UA Sports Festival. Use it wisely. Train to your heart's content. See you all in a week. As Aizawa just leaves the classroom, everyone's excited. So, Kirishima and Deku smiled the biggest. Everyone noticed this and like, what have these two been doing? As the week goes, they train. Wait, hold up. So, they continue the same training at the gym. Now, Deku can use 19% of one for all. Actually, no. That's too much. He's too powered right now. He can use 17% of one for all. 20 at max. So yeah, Deku, well, they go back to school. Same thing happens as canon. The race is like the first obstacle. They need to complete the obstacle race. So Deku's looking at the gate for the race and noticing that it's a bit small for everyone to fit through. So Deku backs up a little, all the way pretty halfway through the entrance gate and the ending gate. Everyone's like, cocky much. They're all thinking this. As soon as the gates open, Deku jumped up, almost making it all the way through, using telekinesis to go the rest of the way. As Deku lands on the other side, skipping all of Todoroki's ice that he used at the beginning of the race. So Todoroki and Deku are head to head, are neck to neck. Todoroki using his ice to stop, to try to slow down Midoriya. Midoriya is either putting it back in Todoroki's way, or moving it to the side. And yeah, this might happen later. I'm thinking of what to do with it. Yeah, right here. This is about the time of the video when my tablet just stopped. It would shut down. So that gets annoying quick. Good thing we made it past. Okay. Actually, no, it went to the 0 pointer. I was able to go that far. So they get to the 0 pointer, and Todoroki freezes it off balance, but also, as soon as he passes, he makes a wall. Deku, thinking that he would just freeze the joints and that would be it, he slowed down, went to second place. But as soon as he saw the wall, he's like, I should have just stayed there. And he's only using 15% in this race. He can go 17% and pass Todoroki. But he doesn't want to use that just yet. So he breaks the wall with 15% of one for all and just continues running. Seeing that there's a gap between them, he goes up to 17% and passes Todoroki. He sees the what was it called? The pit with the ropes or cables. He uses telekinesis to pass all of that. Continue running to the end. Then he sees the minefield. He's just like, and he charges up one for all 5%. He just wanted to test something out. He went to 5% and jumped, making it halfway through. So he just jumped. He uses telekinesis to boost him up, so he could just pass it. So Deku wins the wait, hold up. Okay, he wins the race. So same thing happens at Canon, same team. Deku still being the rider, since he has discovered that he can use air pressure to his advantage, though it does hurt him. Deku was wishing he had 2 more days of his training, because he was training from the time the gym opened to the time the gym closed. So he practically lived at the gym. So Deku knew if he had 2 more days, he could have boosted the percentage of one for all, so that could have been his max output. But Deku can't do much about it, so he just continues. So the plan was the same, but when Todoroki, it was Todoroki. Todoroki went to steal the, what was it called? The 10 million point headband from Deku with Ida's super fast move. I forget the name of it. Deku was able to spot this and stopped Ida right where he stood. So his engines were still blasting, but he was not moving. So Deku's team ended first, so the same people who passed. Ojiro and the rest of the people still back down. So Shinso versus so now it's Shinso versus Deku. Same happens as canon. Deku speaks. He talks. And One for All went to save him. Save his sorry butt. Since Deku knew how to regulate the power, he didn't break his 2 fingers when he did that. So he was brought. Actually, no. They had to feel pain. So Deku went 21%. One for All put Deku's fingers at 21% and moved his fingers. So they're fractured. His fingers are fractured, not broken. So, yeah. He beats Shinso. Todoroki and actually no. I'll say that was next round. So yeah, Todoroki versus Deku. Todoroki. Endeavor still told Deku to make Todoroki use his fire side. Deku tells him this at the beginning, but Todoroki says, "What, did my father bribe you to say that to me?" "No, I won't." Deku says, "Okay, I will only use 1/2 of my quirk, my enhancement side." Todoroki's like, "Do what you please. I'm winning this, no matter what." So, the fight continues. Deku not breaking his bone, only one of them. He broke his fractured one, because he did that giant ice attack he used. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. beef. Deku says the same thing, saying, "It's your quirk, not his." Todoroki gave a flashback and then igniting up in flames. But Deku, as soon as he saw a spark, he used his telekinesis to push Todoroki out. So, as soon as Todoroki exploded in flames, all that was heard was, "Izuku Midoriya wins!" Todoroki looking down to see that he was out of bounds as his flames go back in. Endeavor still yelling, "Shota!" So that happened. Now, the match against Tetsu and Kirishima, I don't remember what round it is. I'm going to say it was in the second round, because it's my what if, and I can do that. So, Kirishima would actually win, because they would also Deku and Kirishima would also spar, so he does know Red Riot Unbreakable. Actually, no, it ain't called Red Riot Unbreakable just yet, since they haven't picked hero names. It's his Unbreakable form, but he can only keep it up for a second, and then back to normal hardening. So, that's nice to keep that in mind, because it will help in Season 4. Actually, no. Yeah, Season 4. So yeah. Now it's Bakugo versus... Actually, no, semi-final round. It's gonna be Deku versus Kaminari. I mean, not Kaminari, he lost. Let me think of his name. Hold up. Kirishima. Haha. I said it before I was able to pause it. Kirishima knowing he will lose, but he still gives it his all. Deku, knowing Kirishima will lose and still fight, he gives it his all too, not holding him back, just making sure he's not breaking his bones. Yeah, Deku's all healed up right now. Yeah. So yeah, they fought. Kirishima lost. And now, Deku versus Bakugo. So, it's Deku versus Bakugo. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to pause this what if. I just realized that. After the sports festival, when it's internship time. Okay. I have to think of a hero name for Deku now. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. So, it's Deku versus Bakugo. Baku's like, I am gonna beat you. Oh, shoot. I forgot to talk to you about what Deku said as the speech, since he's the first year representative. Think of a college speech, but more suited for a sports festival. That's what he did. So yeah. Bakugo's like, why even try? You know I'm gonna win. Deku thinking for a second, and then he says, wait, then what about that last time we fought during the hero versus villains? Bakugo is now pissed. He never wants to hear that again, that he lost to Deku in the most disrespectful way possible. Not even having to face him, just having a trap set for him, and he fell into it. So the match goes Bakugo using Howitzer Impact at the start, and this time I'm gonna say he learned a knockoff of AP Shot. So he doesn't have AP Shot, he just has a knockoff of it. So yeah, he does that. Deku almost got out with the Howitzer Impact, but able to dodge the last second. Then Deku's just like, this match is getting boring. So he uses his telekinesis quirk and pushes Bakugo out of the arena. So Deku wins the sports festival. Bakugo is not tied up. That's gonna be a major key in this. What if? Yeah, he's not tied up. So, and this time Ida was able to accept the 3rd place reward with Tokuyami, since we'll say the match with May didn't last as long, since she hurried it up, sensing something bad was gonna happen if she did it. So yeah, that happened. Then after he gets the medals and everything, then he gets the phone call, and Ida left the room to take the call. As soon as Ida walked back in, Deku knew something was wrong by the hatred in his eyes. So then Aizawa said, "Okay, class, time to choose your hero names. Since I'm not very good with names, obviously, Midnight will be helping you." Everyone's happy. Everyone picks the same names in canon. And Deku, I have to think for a little, so I have to pause this video so I can think of a hero name. Okay, I figured something out. I'm gonna take this name off of another what ifer. His name's Blue. Actually, no, different YouTuber. Rayen Trunkye. Or Rayen Trunkye, I meant. So yeah, go up to him. This is where, in his what if, which was what if Deku had energy manipulation. His hero name was Catalyst, the life hero. The life hero Catalyst. And I'm gonna take the name Catalyst. So his hero name is gonna be the Psychic / Power Hero Catalyst. Midnight approves, and the same goes as canon. All Might says, "You got a last-minute request." Deku takes it. So he entered ships with Gran Torino. Gran Torino doing the same stunt, pretending that he's dead with the ketchup on the floor. Deku still falls for it. When Gran Torino said, "Try to catch me," Deku caught him this time, since he knew full cow. And the microwave didn't get broken. Small, minor detail, but the microwave didn't break. Yay! Since he caught it before. So yeah. Hosu. They're on the train. Same happens. This time, Gran Torino says, "You may use your quirk," which is gonna be a major thing. So he finds the hero killer. The same texts Todoroki because he didn't know if he needed backup. Ida's like, "Why are you doing this? It's just me and the hero killer. You have nothing to do with this." Deku still saying, like how All Might said, it's the essence of a hero to meddle in business that you wouldn't rightfully need to. Staying happy about this. He's like, "You're a true hero, kid. I would hate to see you die early." As he licks Deku's blood. Deku paralyzed. Okay, Todoroki comes in, saves Ida's butt. Stupid Ida. You're supposed to be smart. Same happens when the heroes come up. Actually, everything goes same as happened. The flying Nomu does pick up Midoriya, and the hero killer saves Midoriya before Midoriya can react. Same goes to Cannon. His lung got punctured, so he was knocked out. So yeah. I hear my dad coming, so I'm gonna pause. Okay, so same happens. The dog chief, police chief, comes in and says, "You do not have permission to use our quirks, so we're gonna give the credit to Endeavor. Deku just raises his hand and said, "Sir, I actually did have permission to use my quirk." The dog's like, "Oh, did you?" Gesturing to Todoroki. Todoroki's like, "Yeah, I did." So I'm gonna say this time he was granted permission to use his quirk. So the police chief just scolds Ida then. So everyone knows that Izuku, Catalyst, and Todoroki defeated the hero killer. The clip would still be shown that Stain acknowledged Deku and all that. So yeah. Final exams. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, what are we doing now? Oh yeah, final exams. Okay, so it's final exams time. So yeah. It's gonna be actually no. I might have to repair it a bit differently. It's gonna be Ida and Deku versus All Might. Since they saw that they ghosted each other pretty much. Except for the time in Hosu, they ghosted each other. Pretending like they didn't exist. So it's Ida versus and Deku versus All Might. Sorry that I just burped. So yeah. Deku, All Might knows that there's a giant way that Deku can defeat him. So he's gonna try to go for a sneaky move, using One for All and gusts of air. So as soon as they walk in, a massive air pressure is sent their way. Deku. Oh, I forgot to say. By the time that they had off, like a day or two, actually no, 2 days exactly. I'm gonna say Deku was at the gym all those days. So, like I said in an earlier part, he wanted 2 days to get up to 21% for his max. So he does. He does have 20% as his max. So, 21% is max, and without strain, his max is 18%. So yeah, we're more than halfway there for a giant manga spoiler to reveal itself. Yay, that's gonna be fun. People who've read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. I'll give you a hint. It ends with whip. If you don't know, if you haven't read the manga, I don't know what part I'll bring it in. I'll tell you guys. I'll put in the description that going to manga spoilers, watch out in the description. So yeah, that Deku uses One for All 20% full count and punches up to make a wind barrier, which is able to deflect All Might's attack. So Deku tells Ida to follow him as they go off to the side. All Might is there waiting for them. He's like, young heroes, you won't get past me. And then he charges at them fast enough that he's able to punch Midoriya in the stomach, making him go against a building. He's just shocked, so he starts using reciprocal burst to try to rush over to the exit. All Might not having that, he passes Ida, turns around and punches Ida in the stomach, bringing him to a building across the road from where the building Deku got hit. But before he hit the building, Deku would get out of the building, seeing Ida flying. He grabbed Ida with his telekinesis and threw Ida towards the gate while pausing All Might with his telekinesis, making him stop so he could not move. So, Deku and Ito pass. I'm gonna say Bakugo was teamed up with Aoyama. Because I really want to see this one play out. So, Aoyama, they lost. I'll just say this. The only reason Uraraka and Aoyama passed was because Uraraka let go because she was blushing over Aoyama's claim that she liked Deku. So, that happened. So, Aoyama and Bakugo will be added to the little thing, the summer school. Bakugo, of course, is blaming everything on Aoyama when everyone's telling him, actually, it was you. So the teachers knowing this and kind of feeling bad for Aoyama, they pass him. Not Bakugo, though. Bakugo's annoyed as heck. He's like, why did he get to pass, but not me? Teachers say, because you went on your own. And Aoyama didn't get a say in the matter whatsoever. He tried and tried, but you did not listen. So we're passing him and not you. Bakugo is gritting his teeth like there's no tomorrow. So, let me check the time. Yep, this is going to be my longest what if video. So, training camp. I'm going to stop it after the training camp because I doubt I have enough time for... Oh. Yeah, maybe do that. Deku might look like this in a what if. I'm thinking. So, but gosh darn, I just want to do this. See, it's 8:51. So yeah, I might not have enough time to do this, but let's just hurry up. So training camp, Bakugo was like, you guys get to go to the You guys get to go to the training camp. Deku's like, yeah, you could have gone if you would have listened to Aoyama. Bakugo's still not over it. Starts charging at Deku. Eraser had walked in at that point, so he erased Bakugo's quirk. Wow. So yeah, he's like, all of you sit down. Lucky for all of you who failed, there is a surprise twist. All of you are getting to go. Bakugo's like, thinking in his head, so they finally acknowledged that I should go. As always says, here's a list of supplies you'll need to get to go. Everyone's like, yes, sir. As summer vacation starts. Same thing happens in the mall. Deku and Uraraka being the last two to leave, and Uraraka still gonna go because I'll just say whoever she was paired up with, we'll say she was paired up with Kendo. She said, hey Ochako, do you like Midoriya? As Uraraka blushes and runs away to buy bug spray, I think it was. Yeah, it was bug spray. So, an encounter with Tomura Shigaraki does happen, but it's going to be different. It's like, hey, you're the one that placed first in the sports festival. He's like, yeah, you even beat the hero killer, Stay. I'll say, actually, no. Not many people knew that Deku defeated Stain, but Spinner knew for sure. We have to keep that thing going. So, yeah. Deku is on guard now. As soon as he said that, he's like, wait. Not that many. Actually, what am I talking about? Everyone knows that he defeated Stain. He had permission to use his quirk. So actually, no. He's like, he doesn't get on guard. But once he starts feeling a hand come around his neck, He uses telekinesis to pause that hand. Shigaraki is like, oh, how about I just kill all these people then? So let's just have a chat. Why don't we? As they sit down, Tomura is not going to be choking Deku out. So they're talking. Same conversation happens. Once Uraraka comes, Deku's like, okay, that's enough. And freezes Shigaraki in place. It says, call the heroes. Shigaraki is struggling to move, but he cannot move. So the heroes come and arrest Shigaraki. It being on the news, since the news reporters always on that stuff, it gets broadcast on the news. All for One tells Kurogiri to Kurogiri, go get my foolish successor over here. Kurogiri's like, right. As he teleports Shigaraki out of the armored truck and back to the bar. All for One's like, you fool, you almost got captured. If it wasn't for Kurogiri, you would have been in deep trouble. And I would have to reveal myself. He's like, Shigaraki's like, yes, master, I'm sorry. So that happens. Then training camp, they're going on to training camp. Same thing happens, but Deku, not being a giant fanboy, doesn't just blurt out how old they are. Like, since they were heroes since they were kids. So he doesn't get in trouble with them. He asks, who's Koda? Actually, no, he doesn't ask them yet. Then Pixie Bob uses her quirk to make everyone fall off the landslide. Deku is having none of this. So he uses telekinesis and One for All to get up. So yeah, he had none of that. So I'm gonna say, actually, with One for All, his quirk is unlimited. He will have headaches if he uses it too long, but he can pick up anything he wants to. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, training camp. Actually no, I was always like, I should have erased your quirk. Oh well. Yeah, you can come with us. As Deku gets on the bus and they go to the training camp. Hours later, everyone has arrived. Deku is cooking their food because Deku put himself through survival training, and he helped out his mom in the kitchen. So everyone is like, wow, your cooking's amazing, Midoriya. How did you learn how to cook? Deku's like, well, I do survival training, and I do help my mother out in the kitchen. Everyone's like, this is good. Kendo and Mina are teasing Uraraka, like, wow, Uraraka, you got a pretty good boyfriend up for you. Uraraka is blushing hard. So she eats really quickly and runs. Same thing happened. Now, when they got there, Koda tried to punch Deku in the family jewels, but Deku froze Koda's hand in place. Using his telekinesis, he stopped Koda's hand from punching him there, and said, whoa, 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 why are you punching me there? Koda's just like, psh, whatever, as he walks away. So, the same thing does happen. Mineta tries to get up to scale the bathroom walls. Deku stops. Mineta, right when Koda was about to slap him down. So Koda sees this and like, guess he's not all that bad. Because what he did, he forced Mineta back into the hot spring, and made Manetta's hand slap himself 5 times over. So Manetta is like, ow, really, Midoriya? So that was you who did that originally? On the first day of school? Oh wait, shoot! I expelled Manetta. Oh shoot. Forget all about that Manetta business. Nope, Manetta's gone. For now, maybe. Maybe being bring back. Maybe get brought back for another role. Foreshadowing much? Okay. So that happens. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I just had a thought, since I was talking about Manetta might come back in a different role. I think you might know what might be referring to. I really don't want to do that, but I know he would do that. All for One would extend his hand. Oh shit. You know what? Screw it, we'll do it. Okay, so no one tries to scale the wall. So yeah, they go to sleep. They train. Now it's the test of courage. By the end of the training, Deku can now use 20% with, 21% with ease. And with strain, he would hit 24% with strain before his bones break or shatter, whatever. Oh shoot! Actually, no, we can use this. Foreshadowing muscular in Deku's fight. Maybe not have to go 1,000,000%. Don't know. Thinking. So yeah, test of courage happens. Deku did follow Koda that one time. Koda does kind of have respect for Deku now, since this man can cook. He cooks some good food. He made dessert. I'm gonna say he actually made dessert, and he gave Koda a piece of a cake, or brownie, a piece of a brownie. Koda tried this and was in awe at how good that was. So Koda does have respect for some respect for Deku. So there's the test of courage. Villains attack Pixie Bob and everyone. But once Pixie Bob starts floating and an aura envelops her, Deku uses his telekinesis to try to bring Pixie Bob back. So Pixie Bob is literally floating in the air. Eventually, Deku kind of senses that Magni's there. So he drags Magni over here, knocking Magni out. So Magni's not in the League of Villains anymore. She's caught. Spinner rushes at Deku. Deku's just... Actually, no, not Deku, because he's Stain and all of that. Stain viewed him as a true hero. He goes after Mandalay, like how he did in canon. So, same thing happens, but while fighting Spinner, Mandalay is like, "Where's Koda?" Deku's like, "I know where Koda is." So he goes to get Koda. He runs into Muscular. So he fights Muscular. Since he ain't reliant on One for All, he's using, even though I make him seem reliant on One for All, that's just because that's what he uses mainly, so I'm kind of glued with that. So we're gonna do that. So he's fighting Muscular. He keeps on slamming Muscular into the wall. So now Muscular's defense is low as heck. So Deku goes 25% full cal and punches Muscular right in the face, knocking him out and indenting him into the wall. Koda is seeing this and is happy that the man who killed his parents is now getting is getting defeated in front of his eyes. So he gets brought back. Actually, wait, I just realized this. I need to pause the video. So Deku brings Koda back. Actually, no, he drops Koda off with Aizawa. Deku not injured. He stumbles upon Toga, Uraraka, and Tsu. He sees that they're attacking her. And remember, Deku is crushing on Uraraka. So Deku just knocks Toga out. And Toga ain't gonna have that much of a fascination with him since he wasn't bleeding when they first saw each other. So that happens. Toga is not in the League of Villains anymore. Muscular, Magni, Toga. Oh, not Toga, Toga. Any of you Tokyo Ghoul fans, you know what who I was just referencing. So yeah. He finds Dark Shadow going out of control. But he heard from Muscular that they needed Shoto Todoroki. He asked, do you know where Shoto Todoroki can be found? But he did not have the time to get shocked or respond. So he fought Muscular. So now he's trying to figure out what to do with Dark Shadow. He just uses his telekinesis to stop Dark Shadow. And brings him over to Pixie Bob, Mandalay and the rest of them, asking she's still fighting Spinner. So I'll say Deku breaks the sword like how he did in canon, but not bloodied and injured. So that happened. Spinner's like, I will not kill you. Wait a second. I will not kill you. And Spinner just surrenders. I'm gonna have to make new villains. Great. I did not think about this when I was plunged in. I just plunged in. I'm gonna have to make new villains. Mandalay uses her quirk to see if they can find Todoroki. And Pixie Bob said, Todoroki, the villains are after you. Could you please shoot up fire in the air so we can see you? So they find Todoroki. They're fighting Moonfish. Deku comes in, helps. Oh, actually, Bakugo ain't in this one. Oh shoot! Ow! I just broke a rubber band and that hurts. Okay. So yeah. Since Bakugo ain't in this one, I'm gonna say it was Todoroki and Momo, because that's the main ship for them. For Todoroki is Momo. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So they're fighting off Moonfish. Deku comes in, helps them knocks Moonfish out, and brings Moonfish with them. They see that Kendo and Tetsu has a villain, so they bring them along. He brought Tokuyami, so Todoroki uses flames and died down to Tokuyami. It's Dark Shadow. So yeah, then same thing happens with that happened to Tokuyami and Bakugo, but this time it's Bakugo, Tokuyami, and Todoroki. That's what happened there. So that happened. Same thing happens as canon. So yeah, they still get Tokuyami back, but they did not get Todoroki back. So yeah, that happens. So same thing happens. Dabi's how Dabi held Bakugo as he was dragging him into the portal. He did that with Todoroki. When they tie Todoroki up, he's like, "What do you want with me, villains?" Shigaraki's like, whoa. Hold your horses there. We want you to join us. Oh gosh, I just realized this. So think of the League of Villains. Remember their cast. They have no Magni, no Muscular, no Mustard, no Moonfish, no Spinner. Oh wait, so Muscular, Magni, Moonfish, Toka, Spinner. They only have Dabi and Twice. Join us, says Shigaraki. Shigaraki says, join us. Todoroki just spits at them. Dabi's like, why won't you join us? Endeavor treated you badly. Treated you like you were a weapon or something. Todoroki's like, how? How do you know this? As, nope, not saying that yet. As Dabi just says, because I am Toya Todoroki. Todoroki's eyes just widen like, no way that's Toya. I thought it was simple, seeing my cremation. Todoroki's like, trying to deny it, but he knows in the inside, that's Toya. He still refuses. He's like, why? Endeavor probably bribes your friends every day to try to make you do stuff, and why are you using that accursed fire? Because I was shown it was my quirk, not his quirk, by a friend of mine. How do you know it's a true friend? I could tell that. Toya. Staring at Toya angrily. He's like, the same thing goes to Canon. They're planning up the raid. Momo was able to do that. Was able to put the tracker on it. This time, it's the same group to save. Actually, no. Ow! Shoot. Actually, no. Todoroki in this one. I'm gonna be replacing Todoroki with, let me think. Mina. Yep, we're replacing Todoroki with Mina. Mostly because I can't really think right now. So that happens. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off this time. Hope you like, subscribe, and enjoyed the video. Oh my gosh, look at this. It took an hour, 3 minutes, and 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave this off. And bye.